Hey there, I'm Eliza with Ancestral Evolution, and today we're going to be preserving even more peaches, and we're going to be canning them in a water bath canner. So I hope you stick around and learn how it's done. There are both advantages and disadvantages to canning your peaches as opposed to some of the other methods. Canning your peaches is going to give you a shelf-stable product, so it's not going to take up freezer space. Also, canned peaches can be used in many of the recipes that call for fresh peaches. The disadvantages to canning your peaches are that they do take up quite a bit of room in your jars. The texture of the peaches will change a little bit throughout the canning process, and the canning process does involve the application of quite a bit of heat to your peaches. So if you're looking to truly preserve nutritional content without adding a lot of heat, you might want to go for freezing or dehydrating instead. But canning is always an option. So I'll show you how to do that today. For canned peaches, I do highly recommend that you peel your peaches beforehand, and I'll have a short clip showing you how to do that in just a minute.
You're going to need a couple things. First, clean jars that have been through the dishwasher, brand new canning tops, rings, a magnet to lift up your lids, and a jar grabber that you can lift your jars out of hot water. Next, I made a light syrup out of 1 part honey and 2 parts warm water, and then I place it on the stove to come to a boil. To peel your peaches, place them in boiling water for 30 seconds, followed by an ice bath for 1 minute. Then the peel comes off really nice and easy. I cut my peaches into quarters for canning. Then I placed my canning jars in boiling water to sterilize them. Then I removed the jars from the boiling water and packed the peaches into the jars. These are raw peaches. They are not cooked. So this is a raw pack method. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of lemon juice to each jar. These are quart-sized jars. And then I pour the boiling syrup over the top of them, leaving 1/2 inch of headspace at the top. Get out all the bubbles and then wipe the rims so you get a nice seal. Then place your lids in the boiling water for just a couple seconds and put them on top of your jars and screw on the rings just fingertip tight, not too tight. Then place your jars in your water bath canner. Now you might notice that this canner is not boiling. The water is hot, but it is not boiling. And that's because I did the raw pack method. And you want to make sure you have a couple of inches of water on top of your jars. After 30 minutes of boiling, they're done. And you can pull them out of the canner. I like to tighten my rings right after I take them out of the canner. Then your jars should sit without being disturbed for about 12 to 24 hours until they're fully cool.
All right, so our cans of peaches are fully cool. They've been sitting now for about 24 hours. So it's time to take off our rings and to test our seals. So I'm just going to unscrew the rings on the outside. You always want to store your canned items without the rings on. That way you know if your jars are sealed or not sealed. All right, now we're going to test the seal. And the way we do that is just push down in the middle of the lid. If you hear it click, click, you know your jars are not sealed. Fortunately, we do not hear a click, click, which means that the jars are sealed and we are good to go. Last but not least, you want to label your jars with what they are and the date. All right, our jars of peaches are ready to go. I'm just gonna stick them in the pantry in kind of a cool place away from a lot of heat and sun exposure, and these should be used within a year from when you can them. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.